Tonight I will be refuting Jackie's speech. Her main claim was that legalizing gay marriages would benefit the U.S. Her two supporting claims were that 1, gay marriages would provide economic benefits, and 2, gay marriages would provide social benefits. I will begin by responding to her first supporting claim, which was that gay marriages would provide economic benefits. Jackie first mentions Edward Sermon, owner of Tasteful Cakes in Corona, California, who stated that he had seen $5,000 extra in gay and lesbian wedding cakes. This piece of evidence is making a hasty generalization. She has come to the conclusion that gay marriages would benefit the U.S. on insufficient grounds. Just because one cake owner saw $5,000 due to gay and lesbian wedding cakes does not mean that legalizing gay marriages would benefit the economy. $5,000 is a considerably minute amount compared to that of California's yearly revenue. Jackie's second piece of evidence for her supporting claim was from Reuters.com, in which San Francisco's chief economist, Edmund Egon, states that San Francisco would see an increase in sales tax revenue and an increase in property tax in the future. He also estimated that annual wedding-related spending would rise by $35 million, with an additional $2.7 million in hotel spending if same-sex marriage was legal. According to LA Weekly, Egon testified that about 5,100 out of 18,000 same-sex couples who married between June and November 2008 in San Francisco spent a rate about $21 million per year on wedding expenses, which produced several hundred of thousands of dollars in associated taxes. An article from the New York Times shows that Peter Patterson, the defense lawyer that handled the cross-examination of the same-sex marriage case, believes that data being used was tainted because it was taken during a period that represented a pent-up demand. Egon's data would only be effective in predicting whether same-sex marriage would result in positive long-term economic trends if his data was not from this pent-up demand period. This again undermines Jackie's claim. Jackie's second supporting claim was that gay marriage would provide social benefits. She provides two pieces of evidence to support her second supporting claim. She first discusses how adoption rates would increase, and second, social structure would be strengthened. I will begin with her first piece of evidence to support her claim, which was that adoption rates would increase. She cites the National Center for Lesbian Rights, which states that only 17 out of 50 U.S. states have established laws that explicitly allow same-sex couples to adopt. This means that 17 out of 50 states have established a law that allows same-sex couples to adopt, but nowhere in the article did it mention the other 33 states banning same-sex couples to adopt. In fact, the National Center for Lesbian Rights states that Florida is the only state that categorically prohibits lesbians and gays from becoming adoptive parents by statute. The NCLR continues to mention that every state permits individuals to adopt as long as they are reviewed and approved by the court. Gay couples do not need to be married in order to adopt a child. An unmarried individual can apply for an individual adoption or a joint adoption if his partner already has a child. Jackie's source diminishes her claim, which proves that legalization of gay marriages would not affect adoption rates. Jackie also cites the human rights website Love and Pride, which stated that 547,000 children were in foster care and 117,000 children were legally free for adoption. She continues to state that if gay marriage was legalized, then the number of adoptions by the LGBT population would be more likely to double. There weren't any sources that supported this claim. In fact, the data that she did provide was from 1999, making it unacceptable and irrelevant to her claim. According to the U.S. Children's Bureau, in 2008, there were 463,000 children in foster care. This proves that even without the legalizing of gay marriages, the number of children in foster care has significantly decreased. Her second piece of evidence used to strengthen her second supporting claim was that social structure would be strengthened. Jackie states that gay couples would be recognized as legal partners, and also legalizing gay marriage would spread equality. There was no evidence to support her claim, nor was there evidence that said social structure would be strengthened. I did find statistics from the Census 2000 that suggest that same-sex couples have already formed partnerships that closely resemble married couples. In 29% of same-sex couples in California, one person is employed while the other is either unemployed or out of labor. By comparison, 34% of married couples have only one person employed. This demonstrates that same-sex couples have already rely upon each other without needing to be married. As you can see, legalizing gay marriage would not benefit the United States by means of economic growth, nor would it benefit social standing. Instead, if gay marriage were legalized, it would harm the economy. Thank you.
All right, you specified the claims pretty clearly. The signpost as you get to each of the two supporting points is clear. I thought you had a good challenge on the evidence on the first point. I thought it was interesting that you went to the specific expertise that was cited there and had a critique based on the notion that this is a specialized situation and that it's hard to generalize from that. At the end of the speech, you make an argument that says that there would be some economic harm. I don't really think you developed that as a counterclaim, so I'm not sure that it answers this particular point, but I do think that you have a couple of good challenges on that first point. The transition to the second point is very clear. You've got a good challenge to the specifics of the advocate on, particular on the adoption laws and rules and procedures. You seem to minimize the need or the necessity for gay marriage in order for people to adopt. I think you could use a little bit of evidence on this notion that individual and joint adoptions are available. It seems like it's an inference that you're making, and it's probably accurate, but for instance, a couple of examples or one of those authorities from the site that you were quoting would have helped on that particular point. The challenge that you had on that last point I thought was pretty effective, and like I said, right at the very end you make an argument that suggests that there's going to be some economic consequence, but I didn't really hear an argument being developed there. All right, thank you.